Roy Robinson, Upper 9 Mile. I just want a clarification because there's a lot of stuff going on in the community on what's actually going on. Can you clarify for me, is Chief Bibler on administrative leave or personal leave at this time?
He's on voluntary leave at this time. I guess this is just a good time as any to say, we're continuing the investigation that we started before. All the people that had been concerned with this have been asked to just go on leave, voluntary leave, and with him. We had thought that, and I had all intentions, and everyone had all intentions of the investigation being completed last week so that we could come to a determination of some kind today, but there was some glitch with the two attorneys that's not completed, so it's just not completed yet, but we're expecting it to be done early this week. So it's on a basically voluntary leave. We said, let's just not be lightning rods for anyone and keep everyone away, and he agreed with the idea.
Okay, and who's responsible for day-to-day operations of the fire district at this time?
The deputy chief.
The deputy chief?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any more public comment?
I'd like to say something.
Sure.
My name's Chad Thompson. I live up Petty Creek. I'm the one that had the chimney fire on the first. The response time, I mean, these guys are great. We're glad they're there, but the response time just seemed a little excessive, not on their part. Talking to a lot of the neighbors and stuff, we're kind of hoping maybe up that area we can work towards some further, either not, we understand we can't put a fire station up there, but you know, some kind of like an engine and some training people up in that area. I know on ours, I don't know the exact time, but it was over 40 minutes response time. And if it wasn't for the fact of having a good fire extinguisher, our house was in on the ground. By the time they got there, it was out and over. And like I said, it was nice to have them there, and they were able to scan everything and make sure everything was good. But our other neighbors last year lost their home, and it's just something that we would like to pursue or see pursued in the future. You know, that something may be up in that area.
Mitchell, do you want to respond?
Yeah. Let me read it.
Yeah.
This is a statement from Deputy Chief Stanley. I think he's on the call. Is that correct?
Yes, he is on the call right now.
And Captain Beck was supposed to be here tonight. She couldn't make it. And let me read this, and then we can go on a little further discussion if that's okay. There was a chimney fire call at 4094 Old Petty Creek Road on January the 1st, 2011, which resulted in a 36-minute response time. Our staffing level that night was 4 apprentice resident firefighters with 2 EMTs, 2 trainees, and a command officer's family, which is the Deputy Chief Stanley. Several questions have come up as a result of this call. Trainees do not work alone, which is why all duty crew members were at Station 1 and responded from there. So your response came from here,
okay,
and not Alberton at that time. The career staff does not work on Saturday nights, and unrestricted overtime is not authorized. We always staff Station 1 first, and if 5 or more personnel are available with a minimum of 2 EMTs, then Station 8 in Alberton is staffed just like it was this past weekend. The road conditions that night, according to Chief Stanley, only allow 35 miles per hour response on Petty Creek. We do not drive these vehicles across private snow-covered fields or roads for shortcuts. And it's my understanding that there was a little delay. Well, one thing is, if I'm not mistaken, no, that was in Alberton where it goes to Mineral County, right? But there was a little question. Was anyone here on that call up Petty Creek? Okay. Was there a issue with trying to find this residence for a little that caused a delay?
No, there was not.
You went straight around and straight into the okay.
Yes, we did.
I thought there might have been a little delay there, but the reason I appreciate the Upper Petty Creek turnout here, and feel free to get up and speak your mind, but with Captain Beck, she was going to which I've been talking to her about setting up a meeting in the upper Petty Creek area to discuss all of our issues. And she was going to be here to set that meeting up, but I think if we could get a common time that would work for most everybody and a place to have that meeting, we could probably do that tonight. If anyone could volunteer a big enough heated space and what would be a good time of the week, we could, and then we could get Frenchtown up there to, you know, go over our issues that we have. So, is there any,
Yeah, we got Larry Hayden. I live near the area, the chimney fire. We got room in our finished basement. We had 50 people stumbling around down there New Year's Eve. So
yeah, I was there, I know. But
we weren't happy to.
and I think is that Jack Wilkerson I see back there?
Yeah.
Did you have a question or?
No, I was just going to say, we also have our office space that's plenty large enough to handle more than what's here tonight. If that's a necessity, we'd offer that up.
Well, I think what I'd like to see if we can get accomplished is a place and a time, because we have a lot of interested people here, concerned people from Upper Petty Creek. It's a big bunch of us from up there. But it's what's a convenient time, and I'm asking the group that, and you know, the week and the night or day or and where. Has anybody got a suggestion?
Why don't you just pick a time and let people shoot at it?
Well, I would say after 7 o'clock at night.
Good.
One night.
Any night but Tuesday night.
There you go. How about Wednesday night, and let's have it pretty soon. And we'll get a flyer out that'll target you guys up there, and probably in a couple of weeks. Would that work? And then we can go over all of our issues that we have, and we'll have, I'm sure, quite a few from the fire department up there that can answer all of our questions and see what we need to do. But the main issue, I mean, we could probably get things moving up there, but if you don't have volunteers, you know, we could have 3 engines up there with nobody to run them. It's a waste of time.
So you're talking the 26th, 7 o'clock. That sound right? Anybody?
Let's do it. 26th, Wednesday.
And well, that's fine. If Chad,
I'm done, like I said, nothing against these guys, everybody's great, I just, you know, I think something needs to be done, because we've lost one home recently up there, ours would have been next.
well, you know, I mean, if they were sitting in an engine at the mouth of Petty Creek, you got 15
Yeah,
minutes before
it's-
anybody's gonna get
That
there.
thing went, it was just so fast, and we could clean our chimney 3 or 4 times a year, and never thought it would be us, but
It can happen to anybody, so. But anyway, thanks.
Thanks.
Chad.
Small
One thing,
public.
as far as this issue about the volunteers, through the years, I've looked into possibly volunteering, but from what I'm hearing from our liability problems and training problems and requirements nowadays, is that there's hardly anybody that's going to be willing to go through that's retired or is working a job. And that's what we got at Petty Creek. We got to look at something that's not so stringent to where a person can volunteer. You know, I ran the fire department in Hope, Idaho. And now it wasn't as big of an area, but we didn't have to have, we had training sessions for running the engines, and we had some safety stuff and a little bit of first aid, and that was it. But we never lost a home. We got to get to where this volunteer business gets back to where an average person can become one. It's ridiculous on what the requirements are right now. And I addressed this less than 2 years ago. But same way up at where the restaurant is, up at our, on top of the hill, Evero. You got the same problem up there. Nobody wants to go through the stringent requirements to become one. That's something that needs to be addressed before we have this meeting.
You know, and Jack, we can, well, that's why if we can target and have a meeting up there, then we can address all those issues. And, you know, and there's certain requirements you do have to meet to be a volunteer. There's no way around it. And I agree, you know, it's a lot of commitment to be a volunteer for the fire department. And I think we might have a couple of volunteers, but they would like to know what it consists of.
Yep.
So we will iron out and work on all those issues.
See if we can get it minimized a little bit.
Well, you know, anything's possible. So.
Okay, thank you.